There it is. What's
Okay.
going on with the music system?
Oh man,
Nothing's
there you
working,
go.
huh?
You would figure,
How are you?
being a guy in the fucking music industry, I'd be able to get this music working better than that. And I'm a tech guy. Fuck off. Doesn't work. Doesn't
Shit.
matter. Hey,
That's terrible.
I am I'm a happy
Oh,
guy right now. I just
all right.
saved some money. I saved like $20.
Wow, $20.
Yeah. But
That's
it's
enough for
funny.
one beer.
It's funny how I did it. It's funny how I did it. So we're doing this podcast in 2025, and we're still in March 2025. And historians will look back, and you'll notice that in March 2025, there were some tensions between the two of the neighbors on, well, I guess all three North American neighbors, but Canada and the States are having a bit of a tussle. Some things going on. So joining along with 41 million other Canadians, we're all trying to figure out how to disengage from the States and how to not spend any money with American companies. It's kind of a national
Okay.
sport. Hockey used to be our national sport.
Yeah.
Lacrosse is actually our official national sport.
Really?
Yeah. But
Really?
hockey is what we're
Lacrosse?
identified with. So, but our new national
Okay.
sport is how to avoid giving money to America. So, going along
Okay.
with that, I figure I'm good at stuff, man. So I'm going to figure out. I got myself a plan. I'm going to beat the shit out of this system. I'm going to win. I'm going to win. So I've
All
got to
right.
buy barcode stickers for my store. Right, comes in rolls of like 1,000 on a roll or something. And of course,
Yeah.
it's made in China. Everything's made in China.
Yep.
It doesn't matter. But we
Yep.
buy all of our stuff. We buy from the States, even though it's made in China. So I'm figuring, okay, I usually buy it from our good friend, Mr. Bezos, right? On Amazon.
Okay.
So I'm looking, I find the brand that I usually buy, pack of 10, and it's like $72 Canadian. It's about $1.15 US, or whatever that is now, right? 72 Canadian
Okay.
dollars for 10. And it'll be delivered like the next day, right?
10
That's why you
rolls.
buy from
10
Amazon,
rolls.
is for convenience, right?
Yeah.
For 10
It's not
rolls,
10
right?
stickers. It'd be like 10 rolls.
No, 10 rolls, 1,000 on a roll, whatever. It's the price is, it's gone up a little bit, but it hasn't been a tariff price on it yet. It's just, that's coming in a week or so. So I figured I
Oh,
better get some of this now before the tariff, save a little bit of money. So I go there and I say, okay, what's the brand? Okay, the brand is blah, blah, blah. So I go, okay, I'm going to go find this company's own website. So I'll go to that company's website, blah, 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 find exactly the same thing. And instead of $72, it's $52. And I think, oh, okay.
All right. Okay.
I've got enough stock for a couple of weeks, so I assume I'm going to buy this, and it'll take a couple of weeks to get here. Whatever, it's okay, just to keep money out of Bezos' pants, I'll do it, right? No problem.
Yeah.
So here's my order. Ordered it yesterday, right?
Uh-huh.
Today, at 3:00, it shows up at my store, and you know who delivered it? It was free delivery, free shipping. So I thought maybe it's going to be post office. Maybe they'll use some courier. I don't know. They don't specify, right? The fucking Amazon truck pulls up. Amazon delivered it to me. So I'm just so happy. It's like, it's the same shit. Save $20. Cost Jeff $20 less. He made on it. So, I mean, I guess they're using Amazon as a third-party logistics company, right?
Yeah,
But
I
still,
guess so.
So the supplier made more money on this order from me because they didn't have to pay the money to Amazon. Amazon made less money, and I got the same thing for lower price. So it's like a win-win-win-win-win. Happy times. Pretty happy for a guy who doesn't even have a beer. I screwed up my timing this morning. I got no beer.
Oh no, that sounds terrible.
No beer. Not
podcast
even.
of Wise Old Bastards, Beer Hunter International without beer. Terrible.
Not only no beer.
That's disgraceful.
Today is open house at I'm selling my house, right? So I'm an open house today. So this morning before I leave is, oh yeah, we better like tidy up a bit or something, blah, blah, blah. So just start tidy. Oh, fuck, should move this. Oh, I should do this. I mean, we did a lot yesterday, but like, last minute you see some shit, right? So by the time I got out the door, fuck, no time for breakfast. Okay, I get one on the way. We're so late. I had no time to even get on the way. So I drove straight to the store. And I've been here for like 6, 8, 9, 10 hours now. Nothing to fucking eat. And I didn't bring a bear with me. I didn't know time. So what the fuck, man?
And you're still happy?
I'm still happy because I screwed Jeffy out of $20. I'm so happy. It's my new favorite sport. I got to figure out what else can I do?
Screwing Amazon.
Yeah. I don't buy enough stuff on Amazon. I'm going to have to start buying so that I can stop buying. That's how I'll get them.
Let Amazon deliver the stuff you don't buy from Amazon. Huh?
Yeah, no,
How funny.
that was good fun. So
Yeah,
I
that's
there's got to be
unusual.
more creative ways to save money. So what's a creative way that you've saved money in the last week? I mean, you go
Yeah,
to like
well,
happy
probably
hour at how you call it Hard Rock,
the
right?
Hard Rock. Yeah, yeah. Well,
So
last
you're
night wasn't happy hour, so I no, I saved money by buying one beer instead of two, and then I went someplace cheaper.
go someplace
Uh,
cheaper. So we've
yeah,
talked about
that's
that
another
before
place.
on, save money. You can go to a cheaper country. You can go to a cheaper place. So actually, we had no idea what we're going to talk about today, but now that I started, so happy with this Amazon thing. Actually, it's kind of important right now. In Canada, the economy was doing just fine, but now I guess there's no nicer way to say it, but we're under attack from the states economically. Trump keeps saying over and over he wants to destroy the economy, take us over. He says all kinds of shit. So it is affecting things here now. Businesses are closing, people are losing their jobs. Kind of bad shit's happening. So you've got to save money. And like we say, you can go live in Cambodia. It's cheaper than living in Vancouver. Yes, it's absolutely true, but it's not really an option for everybody all the time,
Yeah, for
right?
sure. Yeah, of
So you got to like, okay, I
course.
saved $20 on my barcode stickers. What are ways that you guys, in your life? I'm sure you've had ups and downs. You've had times when money was a little tougher. You had to save some money. What'd you do?
The
Cheaper branded
constant,
beer?
man. Yeah, I mean, cheaper beer. Yeah, well, you always buy it on sale, of course. As shoppers, if it's on sale, that's when you really look at buying. And then, okay, you can stock up. Okay, this beer's on sale, that beer's on sale, or whatever steaks are on sale at one store. So, okay, well, I got a freezer. Instead of buying just always fresh, sorry, throw it in the freezer, let it marinate, and when you take it out, let it marinate and marinate the stuff a little bit, and then cook it up. It's still really damn good. Same thing with beer. It's on beer. If it's on sale, buy two cases instead of just one. You
You
know,
put it in the freezer and let it
stuff like
marinate?
that.
What?
Well, no beer you get not for beer.
You see, now
beer
that
beer
doesn't work
still
for
tastes
me.
cold.
If I buy two cases
Yeah,
of beer instead of one, I'll drink two cases of beer instead of one. So I'm spending maybe not double money because it's on sale, but I'm still spending 1.7 times
yeah,
the money. So that's maybe not
yeah,
that one doesn't work for me. Everyone's got your
yeah,
own style, your own way
yeah,
to
yeah,
do these
yeah.
things.
But it's
Um,
true. I mean, when you're shopping, you really look at what's on sale, and you go on. There's always something on sale somewhere, right? And grocery stores are notorious for that. So one grocery store will have beef on sale. The next one will have pork on sale, or chicken, or wings, or something on sale, hamburger meats, or whatever. And they get you in to buy that particular thing and expect you to buy a bunch of other stuff that's not on sale. So they make their money on the other stuff, right?
it's true.
But then that means you have to hop from instead of bar hopping, you're grocery store hopping. You go from one grocery store to the
Well,
next one, the next one, the
yes,
next one.
yes and no.
It's
Yes and
true.
no, because I've been thinking this through a little bit. So when when I had more spare time, so last year when I wasn't putting in so many hours in the store, I had nothing to do sometimes, so I would go and I would go in my neighborhood. There's 3 or 4 grocery stores, and I would kind of go see what the sale on this one, sale on that one, and go, blah, blah, just to kill some time, right? But I realized, no, if you pay attention, you can outsmart the stores, right? So what you need to do is your staples, right? So your flour, your
Yeah,
rice, your spaghetti, whatever. When
yeah.
that's on sale, and anything that either if you don't think the quality is the main issue, like to be frank, when I buy like spaghetti, the store brand spaghetti or a famous brand spaghetti, unless you're doing it just like with a little bit of butter or just a aglio olio, I can't tell the difference. When I
Alioli. Yeah,
slather sauce on it, it's pretty much the same. It's blah, blah. So you can get that kind of staple and have it around. All your spices and things, if you have all that, then when you go to the grocery store, like I'm selling my big house and I'm going to be moving into a smaller 2-bedroom place, downsizing, getting ready to do more traveling, blah blah blah, right? So the place I'm going to buy is in a complex that has a supermarket in it, and it happens to be a little bit expensive, higher end. It's not like a Whole Foods, but it's like one step down from a Whole Foods, one step up from a standard one, so it's a little bit more expensive. But they do. When you wander in there, I always make the joke. It's like you go to the back of the store and you look at all the old men. Follow the old men. A bunch of little old men go to wander around, and they all know where at the back in the corner the meat section, and they're all waiting for the expired meat, which is not expired. Means like buy it today, cook it today, or freeze it
Yeah.
today. It's still
Yeah.
just it's fine,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But it's like if you do that, you go down. So you
Yeah.
got all your staples. So what's for dinner
Yeah.
tonight? I don't know yet, right? So if you go in like, oh, I want to have, I'm gonna make chicken cordon bleu. You go in, you got to buy the
Yeah.
chicken on sale, not on sale.
Yeah.
You got to buy it, right?
Yeah.
But if you have all of your staples ready instead, what's for dinner? I'll let you know in a few minutes. You wander down, what's on sale? It's like, oh, hey, look at this. Sausages are
Yeah.
on sale. The beef's on sale.
Yeah.
The steak, the whatever's on sale.
Yeah.
Okay, I got my staples that I bought when they were on sale, or I bought them at Costco in bulk, or whatever the hell it is. And you don't have to just really downsize your eating to save money. You just time is money, they say, and it's true. If you have more time to go shopping, you can go to 8 different
Yeah.
stores and you can save money. But
Yeah.
doing
True.
it this way, just like have your staples and just whatever the deal is of the day, or if there's no deal, okay, I gotta buy my goddamn chicken today because chicken's cheaper than whatever, and there's nothing on sale, so I'll make a chicken dish. Bye.
Yeah.
So you can
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah. Of
So
course.
that's one way to do it.
Yep. No, it's very common too. Where you can, you don't have to plan meals ahead usually. If you have very close grocery stores, like you have one downstairs. When I was in college, I lived between 2 supermarkets, and the same thing. So I'd walk across from one. Oh, the shit's expensive over here. I walk across it. Oh, okay, it's over here. But that's only 2. I didn't have to go to like 8 of them or anything. That's crazy. But yeah, I mean, in Flag, typically I'll hit one Sam's Club because it's bulk, and you have kids and stuff, so that's where you get the mainstay. But not everything's cheaper there. Like meats and stuff often are a lot cheaper around the corner grocery store. They always have something on sale or something. So chicken, okay, pork, okay, but beef, rarely. Beef's usually more expensive. So I always go somewhere else to get certain items. And, yeah, it's just knowing your area and that kind of stuff. So, and you're correct. I mean, you don't have to buy it in bulk and get a gigantic freezer. I hate that shit too. I mean,
That
a few
almost
things
never
that you like.
works, you know? You
Yeah,
have a honking
I
big
don't like that.
freezer. You just eventually
Yeah,
you'll find something down at the bottom that's been there for like 4 years.
exactly. So unless
And you
you're
always tell yourself, no,
prepper,
no, I'm going to rotate it. I'm going to pay
yeah,
attention, but I'm going to write on the
uh,
bag what it is.
yeah,
But after 2 years, the frost took the writing off. It's
yeah,
like, I don't know
exactly.
what the fuck that
Okay,
is.
so
Uh,
so so does bacon last for 4 years in the bottom of a fridge? That's a good question.
well, bacon's never made it that far. So bacon doesn't get tossed in the freezer. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, it's true.
Oh, I want bacon though.
What other ways to save money? I mean, usually it's based on typical food. What about going out to dinner? One thing, don't go out to dinner. You save money, of course, but you want to go out sometimes. And it's different where you are. I mean, in Canada, USA, it's not very cheap to go out to eat anymore. And besides that, you get gratuity costs of at least 20%,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So it really adds up pretty quick.
But I mean, when you look at it, so again, time is money and convenience, right? So for
Mm.
lunch, like I almost never go out for lunch now because I've been busy the last little while, so I got no time to go out for lunch. So I'm bringing my lunch. Okay, that's a way to save money that some like, some don't like, whatever. But yeah, but when you do go out at lunchtime, the interesting thing is you default to the fast food joints, right? But fast food joints are not cheap anymore.
That's
They're
right.
not dirt cheap.
They're fast, but
You
not
can
cheap.
Yeah, so I mean, you can go to an ethnic restaurant. So go to a
Yeah.
Vietnamese place, go to a Chinese
Yeah.
place, go to an Indian place, and for basically the same money that you get like a Big Mac meal, you get like an interesting, good meal for
Yeah.
the same kind of money. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, wow, okay, it's maybe not as fast. Maybe sometimes it can be pretty quick, but usually, it's not as fast. But yeah, it's yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, the other
That's
thing
one
is
way
you
to
get
do it.
like delis over there too, right? Like homegrown delis, delicatessens, or places that have sandwiches and stuff like that. Those are good. I mean, it's over the counter usually, but you go in, get something, pick out what you like. It's not usually too bad. It's reasonable prices, and then you can take it back to your store and eat it wherever you want to. So it's another alternative to the fast food, and you're supporting local businesses. That is actually a one problem. If you avoid going out to eat, okay, you're saving money, fine. But at the same time, you're not helping local businesses who are trying to serve food, right? Because they need customer base. So it's like it's difficult in that respect for restaurants. You want to be serve people and stuff. You expect people to have enough money to come and eat, but then if the economy goes down, all of a sudden, your business goes way down.
Yeah, I mean, people here are paying a lot more attention to these ideas. I hope we come up with the perfect answer for everybody, because, like, we know starting in right now we're at the end of March, 2025. So in about a week or so, 2 weeks maybe, all the bunch of tariffs are coming into place, and then Canada's putting on counter tariffs. So it's terror. We're having a war of tariffism. We're having tariffism
Tariffism.
war
There you go.
between the two
Tariffism
countries, right?
war.
So it's going to
Tariffism.
be, we have an issue. Like, luckily, it's going to be like a month or two. It's going to be tough here, and then our summer season kicks in, so our veggies and stuff will start to be available again. But we're going to have a couple of months where our vegetables are going to be 25-30% higher because they're being tariffed. And it's like, it's kind of stupid, but there you go. Everyone's got to pay more money. So we're going to start looking at things like, okay, by next winter, next season, everyone will be going back to more frozen veggies and canned veggies. During the next winter season, it'll be too expensive to get decent fresh veggies, right? So in Canada, we're like an agricultural superpower, but not so much in veggies. It's like the wheat and the staple crops like that. We produce so much more than we could ever consume. But I mean, fuck, man, you can only eat so much wheat. You gotta have a green
Get a
once in a
horse.
while. And in the wintertime, yeah, we have greenhouse grown stuff here, but that's energy intensive and expensive and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see. We've been already experimenting a little bit at our house on how excuse me, how to incorporate more of the frozen or canned stuff. We don't have to yet because the prices have not yet gone up, but we want to experiment, prepare a little bit. So we found some, luckily we're I guess you can call us a half Asian family. My wife is Chinese. My kids are therefore half Chinese each. So we eat a lot of Chinese food. So we do stir fries and stuff. And okay, we found certain brands of frozen veggie mixes that go quite well in a stir fry. Some don't.
Yeah, of course.
It's weird to know that, some actually don't. So you kind of pay attention to that. All these kinds of things. Like when all these costs go up, I mean, no matter how high the costs go, we can still buy, but not everybody will be able to still buy. We're in a lucky situation where our finances are not in bad shape. But I see, just like in the States, Canada's the same. A huge percentage of the population is living paycheck to paycheck, right? And when all of a sudden you're living paycheck to paycheck and you've got $400 savings or whatever it is, and now your grocery bill is $600 a month more than it used to be, you're like,
yeah, exactly. That's terrible.
Maybe this would be fantastic for our overall health, because people, we won't have fat people after a year.
Everybody will be skinny.
Yeah, skinnier is healthier, right? Isn't that what they say?
The tariff diet.
That's our new fad diet. The tariff diet.
Go on the tariff diet.
Go on the tariff diet.
Oh shit, man. Yeah, I think as far as I understand this, technically these are supposed to be reciprocal tariffs. So hopefully they'll figure out that if you tariff more and I tariff more and we tariff more and it goes up and up, you're really not helping anything except the government, right? Because all that money goes to the government. So you're just really killing the people itself, and it's useless. It's just stupid. So free trade is the best. So
yeah. But I mean,
so hopefully they'll just come together and.
But we're talking governments, so it's impossible.
Yeah, exactly.
Government's a politician. Never mind. We know it's going down the toilet, so whatever.
Exactly.
Just get ready for the ride. We're all getting flushed. Just bring your snorkel.
Sorry. Uh, so yeah, I mean, saving money. That's a good topic. It's tough. I mean, especially when prices go up all the time. How do you save money? No matter what you buy, it's still increasing, right? And
Well, now,
it
like, yeah,
is tough.
also
I
we
mean,
have most. Go ahead.
no, there's these things called coupons. I remember in the old days there was always coupons. So you get this coupon and you go to the grocery store and you got all these pieces of paper like 30 coupons. Oh, butter. Oh, here's one. Here's one. It's
Yeah,
like
but
ladies
now
used to
it's
do that.
it's the
Guys can't
same.
deal with that shit. You know?
Yeah, but it's the same now. Now it's all in an app. You don't have coupons
Yeah,
anymore. It's
that's
right
true.
on the app. So, they're all trying to suck you into staying and shopping only in their store, right? Everybody does
Yeah.
that.
Then they have digital coupons I've seen in certain stores in America where you go through and then it has this price, but if you have a digital coupon, it's this price. What the hell? How do I get this digital coupon? It's like so, guys, you got barcode scan or whatever or QR scan. And you're trying to scan it. The internet doesn't work very well. I was like, "Arr." It's like, yeah. So you walk out and like, then you go. What I do is I go to the girl. I take a picture and say, "How do I get this?" And they go, okay, I'll give it to you. So even though you
Yeah,
don't have it, they give it to you at the checkout.
yeah. No, it's
So
actually it's pretty stupid. Why do you have coupons?
yeah,
It's just on sale. You're
it's
gonna
on
get
sale,
that
right?
price
Yeah.
anyway. So why call it a coupon
Yeah,
anyway?
so I
It's just
mean,
an easier way. They don't want to say it's on sale.
yeah, and I always every year usually at when they have it's a Kroger's, but they call it Fry's in the U.S. It's a big chain. Kroger's a big food chain, right? Now in our area they call it Fry's, and anyway, and around Christmas time they always have this great deal on not prime rib, but rib roast, but it's kind of like a prime rib, right? And it's really cheap. It's excellent, and I always have a coupon for a certain period of time, like about 3 weeks, 2, 3 weeks before Christmas. Excellent. So I go in there, and then it's on sale already. But then they have a digital coupon that makes it even cheaper. So it goes from normal $12 per pound down to like $8 per pound down to like $5 per pound. It's like, well, shit. And all of a sudden you're at the checkout and instead of saying, $2,000 for this piece of meat, it goes down to $500. But actually the price is actually $200 because I bought a big hunk of piece of meat. And I was like, that's still wrong. And then, oh, okay. I literally took her 15 minutes at the checkout. The line goes to 50 people trying to check out. I was like, okay, they're all watching me because, hey, I want that deal too.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, how do you get this? It was like a lady, she couldn't figure out how to get the deal. It wasn't programmed into the system properly. And had to get the manager over there. It took him about 15 minutes to get that stupid price down to what it was supposed to be. It's like you got to get your system working. You can't spend 15 minutes on each customer coming through the checkout area just for one item.
No,
But yeah,
it's
but it was worth it. Saved like $300.
but it's true. Like with a big chunk like that, people are not used
Yeah,
to that. The front counter are not used to it. Even I went
yeah,
even to like a Costco where Costco everything is
yeah,
in bulk, right? I
yeah,
remember it was last year, year before. I bought. It wasn't a sale. It was just I had some people coming over, so I was getting the actual prime rib, but it was like a,
yeah,
a monster one, right?
yeah.
Like
It's
you
big. It's
need two
about
hands
20
to carry
pounds.
this fucking thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, 5 kilos.
I take it up to the counter, and when
10
I
kilos.
take it up to the counter, the woman said, "Wow, you know how much this is?" I said, "Yeah, I can see the sticker right on there." She said, "You sure?" I said, "Yeah, what do you mean, sure? You're trying to convince me not to buy it." "Yeah, I know it's $850. It already fucking hurts. Don't make me hurt anymore. Just take my fucking money. I don't want to think about it. Jesus Christ. Stop.
Yeah, really,
Just let
it's
it go."
true. Oh man, I mean, it does make a huge difference. And the thing is, when you go to a grocery store and the checkout counter, if you know the price, you got to know the price. You really can say, "Hey, this is supposed to be the price," and it's really check it. And usually the grocery store people are there to help and say, "Okay, I'll get you the proper price." Where they set their own coupons or the digital coupons or whatever the hell they got to do, manager specials, whatever. Call the manager over.
But it's
I
all,
did
yeah,
that
I
on beer
mean, different
on
different
beer one
thing.
time. Yeah.
Say that?
Okay. What happened was Kona beer, like Hawaii, Kona beer brewing company. I always like this, one of these, Kona breweries. It was, the island beer or something like that. Aloha beer. Anyway, they had it on sale. Uh, but they had like a crate on sale. Great. But they didn't have the crate. They only had like 6 packs and the 6 packs weren't on sale. So I talked to the guy, can I get 4 of these to beat that price or something like that. And it's like, oh yeah, yeah, we can do that. We can do that. But as a manager, it's like, why am I buying individual when you don't have the stock of the other one? And it's the same thing, you know, but the price is like twice as much. And I want 2 crates of it. Okay. It took a while. Then I get up the counter and then the lady goes, I don't know how to do this. And I call the manager, call this guy. It's like, I had to come all the way over. And then I got my 2 crates of Aloha beer. It was really good. But it took a while to get it, you know, at the proper price, at the good sales price. So again, you save like $20 just on having.
Yeah, so bulk, and it's different things in different markets for different reasons. So, like in Canada and the States, labor cost is not super cheap, right? So if you go to the meat department, even in a regular supermarket, never mind in somewhere like a Costco in bulk, you buy the bigger chunks and you cut it yourself, like cut your own steaks, right? And it
Okay.
ends up being usually 15-20% cheaper just because you're using your labor to cut the steak instead of they're cutting it in the back. So they
Really?
cut it because they have to cut it individually, wrap it, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
So it's different, right? So you just learn that. It's like that, what, 15-20% for me to cut a steak? Yeah, okay. I'm going to be
Really?
cooking anyway. It's not like, yes, it uses my labor costs instead of theirs, but I'm going to be in the process of cooking anyway. So I'm going to be doing shit
Yeah.
with this meat anyway. So it's just an
Yeah.
extra minute for me, you know? So,
Yeah. If
okay.
you don't need a bandsaw, it's different.
Yeah,
You
not the
get out there,
frozen big ass
hacksaw.
ones.
You're in your garage whacking this bone off, trying to separate a T-bone steak.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, again, yeah, you got to pay
Hammer and
attention to
chisel.
it makes
We're cooking out in the garage
a
tonight.
big old hatchet. Ah, cha, 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 cha.
That's what they do in a lot of Asian countries or Latin American countries. You want some meat? Get the hatchet. Whack, whack, whack. It's
Yep.
like, oh shit, man. Bones all over the place.
Chicken, you want head or no head?
Oh
True.
man, yeah,
But all those things,
it's
I
very
mean,
different.
there's that. And there, I mean, also things that are happening is I don't think it's necessarily just for cost savings, but like the thrift industry, like secondhand clothing. Even
Yeah,
like 3-4 years ago, yes, people were buying I mean, Goodwill's been around forever, right? But the stigma about buying used clothing seems to have really dissipated. So it's now it's almost trendy to go thrifting, to go try and find a cool old piece somewhere. States
yeah,
and Canada, they're now like big size companies doing that. Some will do it for big brands, some will just do it, now we have a chain of stores, you can shop online. So I mean, used is becoming a thing. And people paying attention, like like, do you really need, I'm not trying to be anti-fashion or anything, but do you really need to have 18 pairs of shoes you buy every month? Cheap,
yeah,
crappy, the fast fashion
yeah,
that falls apart.
yeah,
Again, I'm not
yeah.
trying to be an old man yelling at clouds. It's just that you can actually still go shopping, but you go buy 9 pair of shoes a month instead of 18. You can still have, you'll never
You only
wear
got
them
two.
again anyways.
You only get one pair of feet. You only need 9 pairs of shoes. So,
Yeah, and again, I'm
you
I'm
know,
really not saying just buy the one and like really be like the old farmer, like make your own damn shoes, tie a
yeah.
newspaper around with twine. No, I'm not saying that. Just think about it a little bit, because you do have the environmental issues, the impact of all the fast fashion being thrown out and everything, and now with the economic issues, I think a lot of the economic problems for individuals coming in the next year will be mitigated by that, because people will find, okay, if you're the kind of person that you're living paycheck to paycheck, you may also be the kind of person who's buying 400 pairs of shoes. That's why one of the reasons you only got $400, right? And if you, I know that sounds bad when I'm saying it. I'm not painting everyone with the same brush, but I mean, it's, there will be some crossover people like that where,
Yeah,
okay, I don't have enough money. I can only buy 3 pairs of shoes instead of my 18 or whatever it was. Okay. So for you as a personal individual, you'll mitigate some of these extra costs by buying fewer things, and maybe you'll find your life doesn't change super dramatically, right?
yeah,
Maybe.
yeah,
But as you just said earlier, talking about the small restaurants, it's like, okay, well, if the economic system is set up for, has to only be growth, has to be sales, like volume sales all the time. Well, wait a minute. Now, if you're only buying 3 pair of shoes instead of 18 pair of shoes, that's fine for you. You got enough money left over to pay your 30% more expensive veggies. But the poor fucker who's got the store depending on selling you the other 15
Yeah.
pair of shoes a month is like, well, what's he going to
Yeah.
do now?
Exactly.
So there are going to be
Exactly.
structural changes that are going to be coming down the road too. It's like,
Yeah.
I think
I mean,
it's just going to happen.
you understand the same. I mean, you got a record store, so if people have less money, will they buy less records? Okay, very simple. It's like, okay, well, I'm on a budget, and I'm only going to buy 2 records instead of my 4. Okay, records are a little bit more easier than shoes, unless you're a woman. I mean, guys don't buy shoes unless you, hopefully, unless you got a hole in yours, and then oh shit, then I got to buy one. But yeah, and the issue is that there's a gross overall impact in economy. Here, I was just went to pizza last night, and normally, if a really
You're in
nice
Laos
little
right now
pizza
still,
place,
right?
Laos, and it's very
Yeah.
good pizza. It's an Italian guy, it's Pizza de Roby, PDR Pizza or whatever. Anyway, it's good pizza. Guy's Italian, makes an excellent pizza, medium price. It's not cheap, but not terrible price. And normally it's full. And okay, Saturday night, normally he opens at 5:30. By 6 o'clock, it's hard to get a table, right? Even at 5:30, sometimes like, oh shit, the whole front end. And it's not a big shop though. It's not big. He only has like 20, 30 tables,
That's
so it's
still a
not
lot.
huge areas. But anyway, I went in today and it was like nobody's there. It's like just a couple people waiting to take away some. But virtually nobody was there. And I was in, usually about 5:40, 5:45 and stuff. And usually it's like half full already. Nobody was there. It's like, what's going on? And the guy said low season, low tourist season already. It was like a week ago, it was already full still, and then it's like, how does this happen in 1 week? That tourism drops that fast, that quickly. I can see it gradually going down, but not like
So the
overnight. I was
tourists
shocked.
there are like Asian tourists or Western tourists?
Mixed. Mixed. Of course, there's Chinese, there's Korean, there's Western Europeans, some Americans, um, but that's most of them, the bulk of them. Yeah. So a lot of from Germany or England or Sweden or Norway or whatever, but from China itself, of course, China's a close neighbor. Korea, a lot of Koreans come over. Some Vietnamese, some Thais come across as well. I mean, difference between Thailand and Laos is very little.
The price.
Yeah, prices are still a little bit cheaper. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, but and I understand the prices in Thailand are going up quite a lot. I was just talking to some guys that like they're not as cheap as they used to be, but still compared to USA, Canada, still relatively inexpensive. But yeah, I mean, when you go out to eat in Canada or USA, you're typically what's a typical meal cost? I mean, in America per person, you're probably talking about $20 a person, something like that, for US money. And if you add beer, maybe 25 to
Yeah, I
30.
mean,
And
if
then you add the
you're
tip on that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's similar. I
typical.
mean, it'll be more Canadian dollars, but it works out to
Yeah.
roughly the same in the U.S.
Yeah.
If you convert to
Yeah.
U.S. dollars, something like that, in that kind of range. Yeah,
Mm,
for
yeah.
an okay restaurant, you could very easily spend a lot more than that. But for like a Fridays or Chili's chains kind of level thing, yeah. I mean, a typical not a steak, but just like an entree of like a pork dish or a chicken dish or something is probably going to be around $30. It's around 20 US,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
something like
mean,
that.
with any kind of drinks and added in that kind of stuff. So you're typically going
But again,
food,
it
drink,
comes right
whatever.
back to that. Like a great money saving tip is definitely don't drink at the restaurant or just have one drink.
Mm,
Drink,
yeah.
make sure someone else is driving or walk there or wherever you get there
Yeah.
and just drink before, drink after.
Yeah.
But again, it comes right back to the same thing. Like, well, they're actually that business is counting on you spending the money in the booze. That's how they're going to make their
That's
money. And
right.
if
Yeah.
they don't make the money, they close. That place isn't rented. Those people don't work there. The suppliers are not selling stuff to those guys, which means their workers get whacked, and it's just like a cascading effect.
That's
So
right. Yeah.
I mean, you have to look out for yourself first. There's no question, because if you don't have the money to survive, you can't help anybody else. But if you're really pulling your horns and don't spend anything, wow, things will spiral so fast.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, I mean, you're there to help the community, but at the same time, you have to take care of yourself first. But then
So what we're
you're correct.
saying
It could
then
be a
is
spiral down.
so to save the planet, we're saying you have to drink more. Yeah,
Yeah,
you want to keep the economy
yeah,
going,
yeah,
drink more.
yeah. Drink beer.
Us
Drink
old
beer's
bastards and
healthy.
Beer Hunters
Yeah,
International, we come up with another answer just to
yeah.
how to
There
keep
you
the world
go.
rolling.
Yeah, drink beer. Drink more beer.
Drink beer.
Eat maybe a little less. Drink more beer. But yeah, I don't know. Liquid food. It's like the story with the monks and stuff, where they brought their casks of beer down to the Pope for a blessing, and then by the time they got there, it turned into shit, and they blessed it. It's like, I bless this shit. You
Yeah,
want to drink it? Okay.
it's up to you now. It's on
It's
you now.
terrible. But I mean, beer was meant to be sustenance as well, but support sustenance. But you know, uh, how to save money? What's the most logical ways to save money
Well,
in
there's
the
also
world
it's
today?
the thing is too that like you can save money at the margins, just around the edges, right? So okay, bring a. I just talked to one of my customers today. He said he's now starting every year about this time of year. He starts bringing a bagged lunch to work
Yeah.
instead of going out for lunch because he's saving money for record store day, which is in about a month from now. So he said all the money that he saves by not eating out, he puts it in his little, not in his jar, I guess it's digital, but
Yeah.
basically putting your money in a jar, building
Yeah.
up his budget, how much he can spend on a record store day, right? So you can do that, but
Yeah.
that's at the margin, yeah, and that's important. It adds up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go to Starbucks every single day.
Yeah.
It
That's a
doesn't
good
feel
point.
like much maybe each time, but at the end of the month, that's a lot. But
Yeah,
even if you
that's true.
cut that out completely, then the interest rate goes higher, and your mortgage is suddenly $800 a month more than it was. Like fuck, how much Starbucks coffee can you not drink to cover like your mortgage going up by $800 or something? It's like
Yeah,
so
that's a good point.
it's like I don't know. It's all intertwined, man. It's all
Yeah.
intertwined.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
So I
true.
guess really it comes back to some of our earlier episodes where we're talking about when you're younger, you think you have forever to live, to make money, to do everything, but you kind of don't. It sneaks up on you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
along the way, you figure out for yourself whether it's investing, whether it's saving, whether it's real estate, what you're going to do. But it's on you to start saving now. You can't count on always having a job. The economy might get whacked. I mean, like, look what's happening in the States now, or even like Social Security is getting whacked. So if you're counting on that for your retirement, if it goes away, what happens to you? Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you just, it's a great, if you can set up your life so that your Social Security in whatever country you're at, whatever they call it, that's like, if you get it, that's a bonus. If you don't get it, you're still alive. That's got to be at least the bare that you have to be looking at. And yes, I understand where I'm coming from. It's easy to say that. And if you happen to be in, I don't know, in Palestine or in Libya or something, how are you supposed to save enough money for retirement when you're not sure you're alive next Tuesday? I get it. That's different. But so that makes it even more, it behooves you even more if you're in a place where life is not 100% shit. It's even more on you to make sure that you take care of yourself because
That's right.
if these poor fuckers are getting bombed in 18 different countries right now, yeah, okay, they're screwed. If you have nothing at the end, when you hit the finish line, you've got nothing. That's at least partly on you, right? If
Yeah,
nobody
for
blew
sure.
up your fucking house and oppressed you,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe you didn't have the right advantages. Maybe you had to work at a fast food place because you didn't have the education or you didn't have the opportunity, whatever. But even at that level, man, wherever you're not in as nice a house as you might want to be, but you're living somewhere, you better fucking make sure you're putting a few coins aside somewhere that you can keep that lifestyle level when you get older because, yeah,
Yep. No, I mean,
because you never know like
in
I said,
terms
what's
of
happening this year,
depending
like
on,
things are getting
yeah,
derailed and totally catching people off guard. So if you got $400 savings and something that you thought was rock solid that you never had to worry about it is actually happening, oh man, you better make you. Yeah, I mean,
No,
if that shit can happen,
you
it means it can happen.
you you cannot depend on virtually anybody else but yourself. You can't depend on your government. Always pensions, pension funds. Sometimes even company private pension funds just disappear. You have it, but the company goes insolvent. All of a sudden, it's gone. Government, don't depend on the government. Yeah, you can get some money, but don't depend on it. That's not the main source of income, especially Social Security. I mean, right now that's continuing. It's not going to fall apart or something yet, but they're still looking at it. It's going to be, what if it becomes insolvent, right? In the next 10 years or whatever, because the government's overspending and whatever the hell, government goes bankrupt or whatever. The government doesn't have any money. No governments have money, right? It's all the people's money. It's just how it's reallocated. They take it away from you, maybe give you some back, whether it's a form of tax refund or Social Security or whatever the hell. It was originally your money, you know. So that's why I like the EPF systems they have in Malaysia and Singapore. I mean, the idea of it's a forced savings, but they invest it, and you get money, you get a dividend. That's good. I mean, that's a logical way of doing it. I've never seen a better system
And it's tied
than kind of
directly
that.
to you, how much you put in.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
there are
it's your account.
mandated minimums that you must put in and the employer must match and put in. You can put in more. If you're a lazy investor, you can put in more and just hope that whoever's running that fund does a good job. You can probably make more on your own investment, but it's
It's
a good thing.
it's a very good scheme.
Yeah. So
And
it's like
that's actually what some governments should be looking at. They should be looking at Singapore as an example, because you have a Social Security, but that shouldn't just be a big lump pool of money. That's bullshit. I mean, it should be basically, if you earn money, I put money in it, and you put money in yours. You should have your own accounts. This is what I put in. This is
and you
what the
can look
money
at the
is supposed
account
to
just
grow
like
in
a
it.
bank account.
Yeah,
You can't
yeah,
access it right
exactly.
now, but you can see
No,
exactly how much of that's your money
exactly.
right there. And here are the
Yeah.
rules how you can take it out and when you can
Yeah,
take it
and
out.
then
But
of
it's like
course
you can
there's
see
supposed
it's
to be
yours.
dividends on it, just like a
Yeah.
treasury bond. Yeah, yeah, same thing. But Social Security there should be a small percentage for Social Security. I mean, for general people that have down on their luck or issues and stuff. So social welfare, right? That should be a small portion, but that should be separate from what's now lumped with Social Security. There should be two separate accounts, basically. One for general social welfare, another one for your own retirement systems. And it's just dumb the way they do it now. So
It's just
I don't
open
know
to abuse, right? For anywhere.
exactly. No
So if
shit.
it's I think most people would be happier. It was like, okay, I put in, I worked at McDonald's my whole life and I never made it past fry cook because I didn't have the ambition or the brains or whatever, but at least I'm putting that money in, I can see how much money I'm
Yeah.
gonna have. I know.
Right. Yeah.
It's not like because you also have the moral issue or whatever you want to call it, where it's like, okay, I'm young, I'm paying into this pot, and you old fuckers are taking the money now, so I'm paying for you and I'm relying on the next crop coming through. But what happens if there's fewer people or the economy goes
Right.
down or something? It's like,
Yeah.
hey, no, no,
Exactly.
no, no.
It's all fucked up.
It's like, I'm
Correct.
not.
Exactly. That's why the system can. We're wise old bastards. We can solve all these fucking problems if you let us. And of course we do charge a fee. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's not that hard to do. I mean, it's really easy to set up the conceptual systems. Okay, some of the actual work to make it work is implemented is not a big issue, but these are just fundamental elements that could solve a lot of the world's problems, a lot of countries' problems, and a lot of people's problems. What's good about what the system is in Singapore and Malaysia is you don't get taxed on that. Well, that's a forced savings. You get like a percentage income when you receive the money. It's not taxed. That's the beauty of it. So you don't pay tax on the money that you're already saving.
Yeah,
Government's
because the
not always
government
taking
doesn't
everything.
have they don't have the burden of coming up with the money to pay you. So they don't have
Yeah,
to, they
yeah,
don't have to tax it because
it's there. And then you get like 3%, 3 to 5, 6% interest every year on it. It's like it's not big money, but it's still is pretty set into the system.
Yeah, so exactly. So with that as a base, you can then go on and you can try your own investments. You can try to work
Yeah,
harder, start a business,
yeah,
whatever. And if it all
yeah.
explodes, you've still got something, and you know what you've
Right,
got.
exactly.
You
Yeah,
know
it's
what
in there.
you've got.
And it's a really good secure concept. And why don't other countries figure this out? I mean, it makes no sense to me. It's just such a simple complex concept. Anyway, so saving money, very important. That's correct. But the other thing, I was just watching a guy on YouTube, some millionaire, like, how you doing? And he just gave one little piece of advice, which makes sense. You can have great ideas and stuff, like we always have great ideas. The issue is the implementation of those ideas. If you don't implement what you want to do, and you just say, "Oh, I want to do this, I want to do this," but you never physically go and implement it, you'll never get anywhere. So you have to implement what we want to do. So I mean, like this podcast, we decide we do it, we implement it. Beer hunters, we're kind of implementing it, but we're a bit slow. Headhunter hooch, great idea, but not implemented. Yeah. So again, it's a matter of that could be a multi-billion-dollar, million-dollar project, but we didn't actually implement that particular one. So but that's our fault, because we didn't take the actual effort to physically implement this
No,
concept.
I'm blaming the government.
Yeah. Which one?
All of them.
Because
All of them.
we were kind of, that was an international concept anyway. So we have a
Yeah,
bunch
that's
of
what,
governments to blame on that one.
exactly. I blame them all. I'll blame the UN.
Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty useless anyway. But I think, it is a key point. If to anybody younger and stuff, really get an idea what you want to do and go do it. That's it. Just really just do it. Go do it, Try it. If it doesn't work, okay. At least you tried, and
Right, and
come up with
you've
the next one.
you've heard different versions of this advice a million times, but it like chase your passion. Okay, I don't mean that in a kumbaya touchy feely way. I mean it in a, it's got to be something that you're interested to do, because you have to be willing to do it, and it might take you a year, 2 years. It might take years before it really starts to spin off any money. So it has to be something that you're able to commit to, whether that's because you love it, you enjoy it, or you're really a money grubbing son of a bitch and you smell the money at the end of it. Whatever can motivate you. It has to be something you can stick with. Because I mean, you do see, again, I'm not an old man yelling at clouds. I'm not saying all young people are a waste of time, but I do see, because I'm doing some YouTube kind of stuff that I've been working on for
Yeah.
a while now too, and I keep working on it in the background, and I see a lot of people kind of expect in the TikTok age, it's like, I've been doing this for like 6 weeks and it hasn't taken off yet, and they're like freaking out. It's like 6 weeks. Man, it takes
Oh,
me
man.
6 weeks to tie my motherfucking shoes, and you're already complaining. You're giving up on your idea after 6 weeks. Like,
Yeah.
what are you expecting? How fast? How
Exactly.
what?
Exactly.
It's not a
Even
lottery
us.
ticket you're buying here. You're actually, you got to do something to make some money.
I mean, wise old bastards, beer hunters. We have merchandise. Yeah. See,
There
we
you
have
go.
merchandise. We have a store, but have we had a sale? Not
Not a
very
whole
many.
lot.
Not a whole lot.
But
But
that's,
it's
I
there.
mean, the beer hunters,
Again.
it's true. It is not, it's a different concept than this one. It requires more moving around and more money to get to places. So it's not gone
Yeah.
yet. We're not giving up on
No.
that one, because
No.
that's the
No.
most fun one.
It's just,
But
yeah,
that's
that'll
going to
be a
take
lot of
time.
fun.
That's kind of what we're talking about. It has to be something
Yeah.
we can commit to, that because that's something we really want to do. Hopefully it makes some decent money, but if it can at least just pay for itself already, I'd be happy,
Yeah.
because that's something I
Yeah.
really want to do. So
Yeah.
it's
Exactly.
easier for me to commit the time, and okay, it takes time. I'll do it because I like doing it. If you're saying, okay, we're going to sell curling brooms, and I'm not as excited by that. So I don't, if there was no money coming in after a year, I'd be like, oh, do I really want to be fucking designing and selling custom curling brooms? It's not my thing,
Yeah.
Probably more money
I
in
mean,
it, but
yeah. I mean, you've done how many businesses? You've done several factories, businesses, and trading businesses. I've only done one real service business, a couple businesses, but it takes a lot to set up a business. A lot of work. It takes all the time, efforts. Yeah, it's a lot, but you have to be committed to do that. But the guys like Elon, for some reason, I don't know how the hell he does it. Oh, set up a car company or gets done and just it makes cars. Okay, you get the good people to make cars. And let's do a boring company. It makes big holes. It's like okay, it's like I'm not exactly sure how he finances that one. And then of course SpaceX. I mean, shit, he brought in astronauts from an international space center that the U.S. NASA could not bring back. And I was like, holy shit! Now you got a private company doing it now. So, and he's running these companies and running around, supporting the politics and Doge and stuff. The guy's amazing. How does a guy do that, manage that? That's amazing. I mean, that's phenomenal. Just our experience running a business takes a lot of effort. Maybe we don't hire enough good people to run it for us. That's the other thing. You have to make sure you do that. Get the good, competent people to run it for you and not steal your money. That's the other minor problem.
Yeah, no, let them steal the money. It's fine. It's fine.
No way. So, how to save money? I think that's the idea: is how to make it through this world and save money. You have to do what you're going to do. Figure out what you want to do. Make sure it's economically viable. Put in the effort. Figure out how to save money along the way.
Yeah, I think one thing is like you have to save money, you have to plan, blah blah blah. But there is a saying, I don't know exactly what it is, who said it, but it's you can't save yourself rich, right? So there's the two sides of the equation: saving money, and if you're saving money to free up money that you can use to invest and use to try and make more money, that's even better. Okay, number one, you have to save enough money to eat and stay alive. Okay. But you really want to be doing more than just that. So I think what we should probably do is, I don't know if the next podcast, but soon, I think we should do one where it's like, what are some of the goofiest, funniest ways that we've run across for people to make money?
Okay.
I think we could actually have a lot of fun. There's got to be like, like the dude in Quebec who started the fucking clown school and it turned into Cirque du Soleil. He made fucking tens of millions of dollars.
There you go.
Oh, that sounds
cool.
So, I mean, that's what it started off. It's a clown school.
Yeah,
so
that's cool. That's good. Okay.
I think that could be fun.
We'll do that. Okay.
But I think what we do first right now is I don't know, your time is not working for you, but I said, I forgot to bring a beer with me.
It's time. Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine. But I think maybe I'll get a beer.
I'm heading for breakfast, man. Okay, mate.
Well, me too.
So we'll meet you for beer for breakfast.
So now we're going to try a little more technology.
Okay. There it is. Good.
Is it working now?
Hear it.
It's working. Hear it too. All right. Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Wise old bastards. Enjoy.
Wise old bastards. We're the Beer Hunter International guys.
Yep.
We've solved another problem for the world today on how to save money.
Save money.
What was it? Eat frozen canned veggies or something.
Go out and buy a beer on sale. Go out and find beer on sale.
That fish beer you've been watching me drink the last couple of weeks, it's still on sale. I'm going to go get me some more fish beer.
Go get some more.
All right.
There you go.
Ciao, everybody.
Adios.
Ciao, bye.
Bye.